All right, we are replacing a Palmrest on an Acer Aspire A316-43. So, we looked at this earlier this week, or actually it was the end of last week, I believe we ordered this part. So let's go ahead and get it apart. This is where I hope they ship me the right thing. So on the bottom we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws. And they all look to be the same. They all look to be the same width and height. So they're all the same thread pitch and whatnot. They're all the same length. We'll check these back ones to verify, because those are usually the ones that are different. And make a determination from that. Now this, I'm remembering this. This is the whole reason we're replacing this keyboard is because there's a single key that doesn't work correctly and it is being constantly pressed. I checked to see if I could just replace the keyboard, but as you can see, they used the cold welding process here, where they just use a little iron to press the plastic in, so that the keyboard, as you can see, it's not screwed in. I can't just remove it. So we're gonna have to remove everything kind of one at a time, and then move everything from that to this.
Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel.
Let's start with our battery. So we get the battery out. There's always when you're working on electronics, the first thing you should do is remove it from power. That way you don't run into a weird situation where you cause a short or something. This battery is held in by 2 screws and some tape. We'll go ahead and unplug that before we move anything metal near this. That comes out, and then we're going to keep the 2 screws with the battery. Next, we will remove the M.2. Move that over there. Nice little SK Hynix module. I'm trying to see here if there's stuff that I can do. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move this speaker and this whole board. Undo that, because there is nothing else underneath there, and it's just a single screw holding this in. So we can quite easily move this over first. Goes like that. Goes like that. And then we have our first part moved over. Nice and easy peasy. All right, next we'll move this guy. That's an interesting way to do this. Like, they don't want to include a regular spinning hard drive, which is fine, which actually gives this computer a little bit of upgradability, which is something interesting. Constant cleaning is how I keep my mouse and keyboard clean. So this actually has a little bit of adhesive on the back that you can see right there. They used to actually hold it in place. And then we're going to remove this cable from the motherboard. Plug this end in to the USB board. Run that along there. Line all that up, put these screws back in. The only other cable that runs along here that's going to be a little bit close is this, the Wi-Fi connector cable. So we just need to verify that that goes back into the right place. All right, speaking of Wi-Fi cables, we'll go ahead and get that unplugged and then unrouted, because they're not, we don't need to remove them or anything. See if there's, let's go ahead and I guess we'll get these speakers moved over, as well as the, actually we'll leave the CMOS battery connected if we can. I want to lift that, and then we will unplug that. And that's the speaker. And this should just come up and out. Move that over. And then that'll be ready to go. And this just goes, it's just under here, just like that. All right, next big thing is, let me check underneath this plastic. I don't think we have any more screws for this, the actual mouse, the trackpad here. We do not. So let's get these screws out and get this moved over now. So what has to happen is it needs to be lifted, and then it just needs to come directly towards me. And that is not a cable, it's just a little piece of adhesive. All right, that's out. Now we move this over. This guy moved over. And we'll hold off on that touchpad cable because it definitely appears to be on top versus being underneath anything. All right, next, let's look at this fan. Looks like there's just 2 screws, and then the actual fan header cable here. That out, move to the side. That'll be one of the last things that we put up there. So, and I have to just like pay attention to things like this. So this cable here, let's zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about, because otherwise it's going to be very, very difficult to see. So this little cable here is also on this. It just isn't like this. So when I move this over, I need to pay attention to where each of these little cables go, because like some of these, they don't line up directly with something. So let's go ahead and start getting these ribbon cables disconnected. That. Start taking out these screws out of the motherboard. This video connector, and actually I can probably leave that video connector connected, because I'm just going to lift this out. Nothing else except for this should be connected. There we go. We're just gonna tilt this like that. And actually, I can't do that. I was really hopeful I'd be able to, but I can't. So that's got to come out. And that's got to come out. And there's our motherboard. Only 2 screws holding that in. All right. Hinges. 1 hinge. 2 hinge on this side. 1, 2. That's the DC jack needs to come out. Now we're going to open and then out. And there's the old one. Remembering to take our touchpad connector. Other than that, this is now garbage. And we slide the new one gently into place. Get the hinges pressed down. And we can zoom in so you can see the reassembly just a little bit better. First things first, hinge. Remember, when you're looking at these, there's little arrows. Make sure you put the screws where the arrows are. Otherwise, when you go to put the bottom back on, it just does not line up. Same thing on this side. That. Get our motherboard, and as you can see, there's definitely some dust in there, so if you got the time, give it a good, just a quick little brush out so that it looks a little bit cleaner for the customer. And we will get this thing set back into place, making sure not to put stuff under the laptop that shouldn't be, or under the motherboard that should not be under the motherboard, like this video, or the backlight LED cable, and this external USB cable, and the CMOS battery. Just make sure that stuff doesn't end up under the motherboard. And that's gonna line up there. Goes there. That cable, all right. Motherboard screws. Remember, as always, look, see if I can get in nice and close here for you guys. Look for the arrows. Arrows matter. That tells you where screws go. One, and then the other one is right there. Alright. That goes there. That is now connected. There's this. Touchpad. It's going to go here. This is going to... This goes down here. Up. And... in. You don't need these fancy like tweezers or anything that I'm using. Just about anything will work. And then this has a little crease in it, that's so that it's ready to bend. So grab it there, give it a bend. That's one of the nice things about having like tweezers like this, is they have a nice like solid edge on it, so when you need to bend a cable for the first time, to make a nice clean crease. All right, CPU fan. Plug it in, plug it in. Then we go like that. And we go like that. this board goes right here. Now, I'm just curious. I'm like 100% sure. Yeah, the other one had another thing over there. So how do I want to attach this? Because technically it's supposed to go like that to the hard drive. Guess we're just gonna go like that. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. There we go. That'll hold it in there. Alright. Next. This. And then these cables go under this thing that I just put in that I should have waited for. They come back and around. Down and under. They go underneath this little metal clip right here. There we go. There's one. Two. They go under this clip. Get them plugged back into the Wi-Fi card. Come on, I hate these little connectors so much. Okay, definitely did not lock into place. Come on. What are you doing? Why are you being so difficult? This is why I hate these cables. Thank you. Alright, so that's on there. I do. Yep, they're sitting in those boxes. Alright, so after that, we have Le Batterie. To that painful little experience of trying to get that Wi-Fi connector back on. And then plug the battery back in. And then we will put our M.2 in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're so nice. They sent me another one. So I got a whole nother M.2 screw. Alright, next. Let's give it a little power on. We have backlights on the keyboard. Master knows his stuff. Tech knows his stuff. Carrion Lynch would be the 100% the person to talk to, because that's what he does. Is like, it's like his thing. All right, so that's on there. Now we'll go ahead and put these screws back in here. We're actually going to leave a screw out of a different location. Originally, one of the screws that was missing on the bottom was this over here. I will see if I have an additional screw to put in here, but currently I don't think that I do. We'll take a look. But that's it. That's how you do a full Palmrest swap on this guy. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.